Hey guys, welcome to the show. Before we get started today on our next episode, shout out to Ryan Rally Trucking. He's our first sponsor, only sponsor at the moment. We're really proud to have him sponsor our show, man. It's pretty cool. Look up Ryan Rally Trucking. Them guys can move anything. They do it all, man. I've said it before, from a little tiny thing to a biggest things you can see on the road. These guys put it down. They do. He rolls the old dirty trucks, the cool old school stuff. Super clean. You gotta look these trucks. You gotta look his stuff up, man. These trucks are dope. He's got 3 or 4 of the baddest ass looking Pete's I ever seen. They're clean. Runs a really nice outfit. So yeah, thanks Ryan. Look up Ryan Rally Trucking. Good stuff. Our next 2 shows, they're laying out our kids. That's how we do it, right? 2 episodes.
Yes.
Episode 10 and 11. Pretty awesome. Our little guys starting from the top, going to the bottom. But our last episode, or our last one, Landon, he's not going to be able to do his because he had throat surgery the day before. And the day before today. But anyway, it's not going to air. Anyways, it's the day before this. He's had a throat thing, surgery. Long story. He's got a pretty long little story about his little throat hurting and being born with some pretty scary things. That's a whole thing, but he's not wanting to talk, so
we'll do another episode.
Do an episode by.
And he's all recovered.
Just with him, so we'll end it that way. That never gets old. I love awesome. That. I love that little ditty.
I like it.
Maybe you could write us one someday too that we could sneak in and out. She plays guitar too. Let's go. Episode 10. Yes. This is gonna be a phone ringing. This is gonna be. God damn it, honey.
I put it on silent.
I'm on.
So,
do you want me
to? See, it's Guy, your brother.
It's my brother.
Of course
Sorry.
it is.
We have the same conversations
This is
every day.
the family episode. For listeners, it's going to be, you won't see, I guess. That's too hard. For you guys should be watching on YouTube. It's way cool to watch. Because if you watch, you get to see my whole family. Well, lack thereof, the word family. Wait till you hear my whole thing on this. This is the hardest episode I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Because I want to make it, good for everybody. And, send what, to me, being a dad is. It's, the scariest thing in the world. It's the hardest shit I've ever done. Still doing. I'm not good at it.
Whatever.
Nobody's good at it. But that's what makes it so cool. Being a dad's cool. It's something you ain't got to do either. I had the choice to do this. After my first child and divorce, I was never doing it again. Wasn't I never get married again. Or meet a girl, none of that. Never do that. Or hell no on kids. I'm over. I'm good. I'm going to do me. So that just proves to you the only thing in the world worth fucking doing is what comes at you that you do not want to do. That's hard. That's scary. That's the shit to me that matters. That's my family.
Hi, I'm already showing off that I'm my mom. Hello.
She's going to be part of the Cry Squad.
This is not Cry Squad
You're Cry Squad too.
But it's not. And we don't have tissues
If
up
Jade and
here.
Riley were here, we got full Cry Squad. So this is my oldest daughter. The people aren't oldest daughter. My only daughter that are listening don't get to see. You need to watch this episode because these kids are cool.
Pretty cool.
Serina
cool
Monique.
Hammon.
I
said it cool.
But kind of wasn't.
No.
Do you want to tell that beautiful story?
Yeah. So, it doesn't start off super beautiful.
That's why it's so cool.
Yeah. So my mom had me when she was 16. My dad was 2 years older than her, Jerry Mondragon. And they weren't together after I was born, so I never really knew what that was like anyways. But unfortunately, he passed away when I was 10. And my mom had actually met my dad, Junior, Met him, I want to say it was like 3 years prior, because I remember you at my 7th birthday, and it was a little bit before then. I started to remember you coming around, yeah.
I don't remember the exact number, but it was.
I remember because I made my mom take a picture of my $100 bill
Yeah,
and put
that's
it
what
in
she
the
wanted for her
scrapbook.
birthday. Was the $100
And
bill.
when I ran into this, I was like, NK and all that.
Yep.
I was like, no. That was when I was like, no. Yes, yes.
Psych.
I love that. It's like,
Gotcha, bitch.
it's like, no, I'm not doing this. And God, I'm doing this. This is so cool. I didn't have no expectation of nothing, but the story goes anyway.
Yeah.
So we were just dating, and I met. Yeah,
I was like 6 or 7 when you guys started dating. So, and I remember at first not being super stoked, only for the fact that when we were going to move up here, I couldn't take my birds. And I was just like, this motherfucker. All right, it's fine.
So the birds.
So
they went to a good home.
yeah, they did. They really did. So
Not
they're
the
spoiled.
farm in Idaho that we all talk about the dogs
No.
going to.
No, that's not a thing.
That's a thing.
No.
Anyway, sorry. So your birthday,
Yeah.
you guys, your father, you guys move up here.
Yeah, so we moved up here, and yeah, my dad passed away when I was 10, and not too long after, I can't remember even how it really happened, but Junior adopted me, and that's what I wanted. So, and he had been there, for however many years prior to that. So, I took his last name when I was 10, and yeah, ever since.
It was 10. Is that
Yeah.
the age?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it was not too long after.
That was
so.
hard. I remember in court, it was really, it was a difficult thing to do, which is cool. I know it was hard. I love it.
My favorite thing about it, honestly, going into school, and they always have you do like the 2 truths and a lie thing to like do an icebreaker, get to know you kind of deal. And so one of mine was always, I'm adopted. And people would always be like, bullshit. No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm like, well, I bet. Yes, I am. But it's funny because nobody's ever really, when I just say that's my dad, nobody's ever been like, really? Or like nobody's ever been like confused about it, even though you're a redhead. Like, I don't know. Like, but yeah, nobody's ever questioned it.
It's
so.
funny how that proves even more that it doesn't even that labels on things are really strange, and they don't work, and they're broken, and that's something not to even think about living by.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a dad or a friend or everything is what everybody thinks it is for me, but being like making that a thing for you, giving you something to hang on to is what's important to me, is all I'm kind of saying.
Right.
The part of the label and being married on paper and these things they're strange to me. To me, they mean nothing, but they mean something to the other party usually. So that's why. So I couldn't be more happy to do it. And it changes your name legally. I guess that's kind of the label thing. But yeah, the whole being a dad thing is scary.
I'm sure. Well, and it's kind of crazy because I took a lot of psychology classes, and I remember specifically we were doing having a discussion about nature versus nurture. And everybody, was kind of picking one side or the other, which if you don't know what that is, that's either you are going to be what you came from, like genetically, or you are going to be what you were surrounded by. And I was really proud to kind of raise my hand and be like, well, I'm here to kind of break that because I get told by my dad's side of the family all the time that I'm very much like him, and I obviously have resemblances to him. I think I look a lot like him as much as I look like my mom. But there are definitely things about him that I have acquired.
For sure.
I feel like my mental health I definitely got from him, just certain things. But then there's this other side of me that it was completely built off of you. And you being my dad and you guys being my parents together. So,
And for that, I'm very sorry. Continue.
I know. How dare you? They ruined me. Just
I ain't talking negative. Anything like that. It's a
No.
thing. It's all good.
No, I just, I've always thought that was pretty cool to kind of be that, I don't know if the right word's anomaly.
Like a mixture.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I've always kind of been that way even still. I am everything but nothing at the same time. I like to be balanced with stuff.
I think that's cool I think that's even more powerful than anything is to have so much stuff. Like stupidest analogy ever, but a mutt dog. They are the best dog.
Mm-hmm.
They're not like this one thing.
It's
I'm not comparing
true,
it that way. It's just it's the easiest thing and the most. Sorry, Dre. You can cut that out. It's damn mutt.
Are you calling me a mutt?
The
right
mixture
now?
of like not being a perfect something.
Well, and
The prized German Shepherd thing, like, you know what I mean? It's just so funny to watch. They're always the best fucking dog.
but you're speaking facts because it's scientifically proven purebreds have way more health issues than mutts. Like it's because you're inbreeding over and over again,
Look at
pretty
Chance.
much. And he's the best dog.
Best dog. He's so
Well,
calm.
Our dogs, mine and Logan's dogs, Farrah and Sonia, they're both technically mutts, and they're just the sweetest.
They live longer. They're
Oh,
healthy.
yeah.
It's the
They
same
have
idea.
less issues. So I
come-
mean, I guess me being a mutt, I should have less issues, right?
You come from such nothing and confusion of what's what and how, and your mom's killing it and doing everything she can to raise you, and just all this. You're far from. You had no loss of like. You struggled, is all I mean. I think that's so cool. I didn't. I struggled emotionally, crazily, which creates me. But like, I think it's cool to watch. Strong people, or you either super succeed fast or you fail quicker when you guys grow up the way I think that you guys have grown up.
Definitely.
All of you kids. Landon, he hasn't had it too hard. Health
I
stuff.
paved the way for you, motherfuckers.
But
Just want you
it's
to
crazy
know
to see that. The harder struggle you guys have, I think the better you are. Makes you more, I don't know, unique.
Definitely. Yeah.
It's cool.
I think
So yeah, I adopted you.
Yep.
You allowed me to do that.
Yes.
Thanks, honey.
No, thank you.
Coolest thing I ever did.
Definitely.
I needed. Well, and here's the thing: even if you wouldn't have adopted me on
Scariest and hardest
paper,
thing too.
you would have been you're my dad regardless. So it wouldn't have, even if that instance hadn't occurred. Sorry, I'm drinking wine.
Lots more. Have at it.
But yeah, regardless, like you were going to be my dad, and that's one of my favorite things about our family is we've just like we're kind of the complete opposite of like this America dream, like the normal
For sure.
family, like what people picture that they want when they grow up. We're the exact opposite of that. I come from a teenage mother. She's had me with my dad and Cade with his dad, and then you had Landon, and then you guys got pregnant before you got married, and just like all these things that people I feel like normally look down upon, yet I don't know, I feel really lucky to come from this family even with all the hardships and stuff, because at the end of the day, I fucking hate people in this world. I go outside and I'm like, who the fuck raised you guys? I'm dead ass serious. I'm just
That's
like,
exactly what I mean. All the shit that we do and go through and the hardest stuff. That's exactly what I'm saying. That makes grit. That brings. There's no such thing as perfectly. Everybody that pretends that have at it. That's beautiful for you guys. I think
Right.
it's cool to think you understand. Everybody understands everything their own way, but the more border we try to follow and think you need to be this and that for this and that. It's not like that with us. I've always been very wide open to you guys, very extremely open, no lying, no. It's the hardest, most argumentative. I hate you, I love you. It's just up and down, and that's so cool about what we have always had is the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, and that's us. But at the end of the day, what's bizarre to me is this gets deeper and deeper into these kids. The diversity, the divisions, this could be a 7 million mile episode of struggle.
yeah.
And you get what shows is everybody sitting in this basement today, ready to do this. So just chill. It's just weird. We've gone through what we've gone through.
Yeah. Definitely.
Different fathers, different. Oh my God, it's just intense.
We survived.
We're surviving.
Yes. Still.
We're still learning, and I'm still not a good dad. And I
Shut up.
hear me out. There's no such thing. I don't think everybody models this idea of it. Have at it. That was exactly what I'm saying. Being a good anything is working and learning and being a student of it. And that's just all I'm doing. I don't know the way. I'm not going to tell you I ever have known nothing. I just don't. but I figure shit out more than anybody alive. I will drive and figure it out.
Right.
So I hope we've created that thing for you guys where I can't protect you. I can't. There's all these things I wish I could. We could always wish we could do, and you just can't do it, man. And until you do it, you don't even. It's crazy.
Well, and to be fair, I was the oldest, and also to be fair, I mean, there's not a perfect person, whether you're labeled as a dad, a mom, a brother, a sister. There's never perfection. So, but
This is pretty close to it right here. No, it's real. Seriously.
But I think, at the end of the day, like, you guys are really young parents for having a 24 going on 25-year-old. So you guys were learning and growing equally as I was. I mean, you guys
Still are.
Yeah. And I mean, Logan and I are 24, 25. At this age, you guys were married in this house doing the damn thing.
Sure.
And so, I mean, I feel like considering you guys being young parents and kind of being not at a disadvantage, but for lack of a better term, and, striving to just be the best parents you could to us always. And I was learning and growing with you guys. So even still, but like.
Well, you guys like grew up together. You were a teenager.
Pretty much,
That's
yeah.
That's hard as hell.
Yeah.
Well,
I can only even imagine being either one of that. I was 19 with mine, but 21, I guess, when we had him. But
I was a
that's just
fun baby, it sounded like.
it's
I felt
crazy.
like I was pretty
There's no way to plan for it and prepare for it, and
You were a good baby.
you were a
You
beautiful
were
baby.
just.
I was pretty fucking cute.
You still are. Oh, to those you can't see, so sorry.
I look just like my mom if you need prompting. It's funny when you guys came
And
to
sound like her.
I know. I bet the people listening to this are like, what? But yeah, when you guys got to the bar, when I played at Sky a couple weekends ago, when you guys got there, all of my friends were like, we knew exactly who your parents were because of your mom. Exactly.
Because she looks
Look
like a
just
goddamn
like her.
teenager.
Yep.
No.
You're still going to be getting ID'd for at least 10 years, ma'am.
It's awesome.
I'll grow my white hair.
You're like, is that your daughter, sir? I'm like, God, are you shitting me? Yes, it's fine. Good thing my daughter's not with us. You'd be like, what the hell is going on here?
Twins?
So stupid. I'm fortunate. I got this shit figured out.
Yeah, well, until your teenage me having your boyfriends talking about wanting to be with your mom. That's
Still
when
happening.
it gets fun. Yeah.
Still happening. Yes, we still have teenage kids in the house. What a hard thing. You'll see. I'm excited.
That's why I'm waiting. I'm trying to acquire as much knowledge as possible before I cross that bridge. That's why I have fur babies.
Do you think that's the best? Who the fuck's what's cracking? What's so funny? What did I do?
How do you handle that? How do you handle one of your son or daughter's friends hitting on your wife? Like,
Dude.
it's not like you can beat them up. Like, how do you handle that?
I've learned to accept this shit. Like,
That's what you
Okay.
get when you have a hot wife. Logan has to deal with it.
I had the same
fine.
shit when I was a younger man. I get it. I'm like, all right, okay, all right. I just take it. I don't even know. You will
My-
all see.
My brother
You
hated
shall all
growing
see.
up with me. I know he did.
What'd you just say?
It's a compliment.
My brother hated growing up with me.
Oh, I bet. I bet it
Like
was
18 months apart.
so
and
fun for him. He
He
had
had
to,
the same friends. He didn't
Yeah.
like it.
I bet it
He
was
loved it.
traumatizing to hear about what his friends wanted to do to you.
Between
That's
me
great.
and my mom, I don't know if he liked it.
It's the same human psychology. When little girls tell boys they're ugly, they like it. They love you. It's the same thing.
We had
That's a
somebody
lie.
break
That's
into our
been
house.
ingrained.
Is it?
I think to an
The girl
extent.
that teases the boy, when you're younger, and doesn't like
Okay,
him.
maybe when you're younger,
Maybe.
but I feel like that teaches some really bad, unhealthy habits.
No teaching.
Because then when you get older, like, this boy treats you like shit. Oh my God, we're in love.
Oh, wait till you get married.
Well,
She hates me, every stitch of me, but
I
she's
do
with
not
me.
ever.
No.
Whatever.
whatever. No.
So you're 25 years old,
In March.
right at it.
Damn.
Do you got it figured out?
I feel like I have a grip on a lot more things than other people my age do. And honestly, a lot of the people older than me sometimes. So, but I don't have everything figured out. To me, life is just constantly going for what it is that you want, and you're going to make mistakes, but learning every time. Like, I feel for me, like, my whole life has been like, you fucked up here, you fucked up here, fucked up here. And I finally got to a point where I was like, stop fucking doing that. Don't do that anymore. And that's just, I feel like goes for anything and everybody. You are constantly, at least for me, was constantly fighting with myself to be better. And just to actually, I feel like for a long time I just didn't know who I was. So once I finally got to a point in my life where I was like, okay, so aside from all the shit you've been through, all your trauma, all the bullshit, who are you? Because I feel like I was latching so hard onto that I didn't give myself a chance to just, like, be something else.
Mm-hmm.
So once I finally, like, let go of that aspect of things, I feel like I started learning a lot more and a lot quicker. And I'm not perfect. I still fuck up and make stupid mistakes. But at least at this point, I know who I am and what I want and what I stand for. And unfortunately, there's a lot less people in this world that can say that. If we're speaking candidly, there's, especially out here in Utah, because out here it's, oh my God, I'm going to go to school, find a boyfriend, get married. He's going to go on his mission. He's going to come home. We're going to get married and have babies all at 21 or younger. And when I was younger, that's what I want. Not like finding a missionary. Nothing against that, obviously. But that's what I wanted. I wanted to be a mom by like 21, 22, 23. And now I'm 24. I'm like, fuck, no, you can stay wherever you float around waiting. No, I don't want a baby.
I can explain where these babies float around.
Where are these
I'm just
babies? Your dad would like to be a grandpa, but let's wait.
You know, I have too many things I want to do that just, not saying I couldn't do it with a baby, it just would be significantly harder, and it just, yeah.
Which takes me back to the first part of it. I hope whatever you want is absolutely hindered all the way through what you do, because that's all the good stuff. That's what I think the good stuff comes from. Definitely. You're explaining it and not knowing who you were and all that growing up. Do you think that's normal? I don't know. Is that a normal thing, do you think? I don't know.
I feel like it's probably more normal than people like to think about, because everybody just wants to fit in and be accepted and whatever else. So they're just going to be whatever you need to be to get there. Whereas I feel like being different, like people give you a harder time when you're different, just plain and simple. I mean, even still, I feel like me just being me, people are like, this girl's fucking weird. But now I'm at a point where I'm like, yes, and at least I'm not boring. Like, I don't know. I like being weird. So.
Something about you that I've always really respected was, I don't know where you get this from. It's weird. Owning stuff, man. You're very honest. You're very true to what you are, with very little regard for much else. That you're unhindered by, we are hindered by how people feel, but you very much use it however you need to use it to grow for whatever you want to be. So hopefully that is still so hard, because the harder it is, the better.
Yeah.
But it seems like to me you navigate easily through that, and that's so cool to me to watch that.
It doesn't feel easy, but I try to.
That's why you're good at it. That's what I mean.
Well, and even just, I'm going to continue to deal with that, with what I want to do with music and everything. And there's just in general in the EDM, that stands for electric dance music, for those of you who live under a rock. EDM, women are really not very noticed. I mean, in the top 100 DJs of 2019, only 5 of them were female. And there's a reason for that. So me going into that, I already have so much working against me, and I can already feel it, and I don't even feel like I'm anything big yet. I've only been mixing for a year. But even still, like, I can feel it, and I've seen it. And so, but that's the kind of stuff that I feel like, even if in points I let it get to me, eventually that's what's going to push me to just be like, no, fuck you. I can do this.
That's
and
exactly
I can do
what
it
I'm
better
saying.
than you.
That's what I feel. That's what I feel from you. That's your fuel, and that's what I do too.
Yeah.
I prefer no. And that's funny. You're going to like people bring all that negativity to me and laugh and think I can't do the tattoo thing. Whatever it is I've done in my life, absolutely the opposite of what people think. With respect to them as people, I don't try not to talk shit and all that, do all that ignorant stuff back to people. But I love it when people doubt me. And it seems like you thrive there too, regardless of how you feel. You seem to really do well with it. And I would love to see that and just keep being part of what you are. It's not I don't give a fuck what people. Yes, you do, and we all do. But we choose how much value to put at that. And like you say, tell people what are you mix, DJ, explain that whole cool thing.
So I've been, I went to a festival called DOS Energy 27. DOS Energy, it was in 2017. That damn wine again. But that was my first like big festival. And I had gone to raves before, but I saw two artists, Slushy and Hero Bust, which again, even if you don't listen to EDM and you hear this, you watch this, like just check it out. Like music is energy. And if you like music, you'll find something within EDM that you vibe with. But I saw these two artists and just because I was in dance for close to 10 years on and off. I was in vocal and guitar lessons, and you guys knew I wanted to do music. That was what I wanted to do with my life. And then it just fell off, and it was not. And even as I was doing the vocal and guitar lessons, I feel like I struggled because I didn't feel like I fit in with any of the genres that you hear on the radio or that I listen to. Like, none of them felt like me. And so being at that festival in 2017 and seeing those artists, I just had like a light bulb that was like, this, I want to do this. Like, I want to make this kind of music. I feel like this is where I fit in. So from that moment on, I was in a really bad financial spot. I was not responsible at all with my life at that time. So, that was kind of what grounded me enough to be like, okay, you want to do this. This is expensive. Like, you need to get your shit straight. So from 2017 on, I just was working my ass off, saving to get a computer so that I could start mixing. And then a year ago, like this month, no, it's September now. Oh my gosh. A year ago, last August, I finally got my computer. I had bought in a cheap little deck off my friend, and I started mixing. And you guys actually got me the deck that I have now for Christmas this past year, and that was like a game changer because it was a lot better quality than what I was working with, and I was actually able to get a handle on more complex things. So, so that really boosted. The end goal is producing. I want to produce my own music. However, anybody that is in this scene will tell you that mixing and DJing is a lot easier than producing. So I'm basically learning all of it on the way. I've had my SoundCloud up since like the very beginning when I started. What is all your Crystal? So CRYZTL. Crystal.
Check it out, fools.
Yeah, I have an All the Bass series that is a lot more heavier EDM, dubstep, trap, that good stuff. And then I have an All the Fill series, which is a mix of, the heavy stuff and really melodic, pretty EDM. I actually just made a mashup a week ago today, and it's the most popular thing I have on my SoundCloud, and we're sitting at almost 3,000 listens in a week.
That's really good, right?
Yeah.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember going into work last week, like 2 or 3 days after I posted it, and I was losing my mind because it was almost at 300. That's like 100 listens a day. Like for me, because I'm still so little, I was just like, oh my gosh. And then it just kept, every time I'd go onto my SoundCloud, just more and more and more. And the goal is for people to be listening to my own music. So I'm saving up to get some equipment to make it easier for me to learn producing so that I can, because they have these like controllers. Kind of looks like something that he's got going.
I know a guy that knows a lot about this kind of shit.
Man, you hooked me up. But yeah, like they have something like that, and you can literally, there's buttons so you can do your own beat patterns. And like I have a hard time making drum patterns on the computer. It's a fucking bitch. And I'm good with being on time with stuff, but that shit's hard. So yeah, I set a certain amount of goals for myself as an artist this year. I wanted to get booked for a festival called Electric Powwow. I wanted to be able to play at Sky Bar down in Salt Lake City.
You work there too, right?
Yes, I do. And honestly, I started working there for the plug, honestly, because I was like, once I can perform, like it'll be an easier in. And unfortunately, it hasn't been open. But yeah, so and then my third goal was to have one song produced by the end of the year. So I got booked for Electric Powwow, even though the festival didn't happen because Rona. I did, however, you guys got to see. I played at Sky.
That was cool.
Sky Bar, yeah. We were very safe about it. There was barely anybody there. It was like my whole...
Fuck everybody.
It was my crew and you guys, which that's the only reason I did it.
Him.
Yeah.
So at a bar. So people are doing shit.
Yeah, so...
It's all good.
Yeah, so I knocked that off my bucket list. It was super, super cool. I had so much fun, even though I was in the sound booth.
So cool that absolutely none other than music, Ty and us and me, that is cool. That's exactly what I'm getting at. You were not forced to do anything. You just did. In my heart, I allowed you to be you as best I could, as screwed up as it all and hard as it was, and some of the things we try to do, and it's hard, man. Being a parent's hard, but it's cool to watch you do things how you want to, and something that has nothing to do with anything that we've ever had.
Right.
I know nothing about that music, not one thing.
And you're a huge music buff. That's what's always been so crazy.
I know. And
you're the reason why my music taste was so diverse, like growing up. So
this is cool. I think it's cool. It just shows you letting people do what they need to do, just figuring stuff out and struggling. I think it's so important to struggle. I really, really do with my heart.
You build character off of it.
If you don't and you get everything and you're entitled and you get everything handed to you, it is not even worth kind of being having. So it's cool to watch that all go down and watch you succeed like you are and have such a fun time struggling through it. I'd love to watch it because you're good at it.
Thanks. I'm really good at giving that appearance. I learned that from my mom, that I'm good at it. I don't feel good at it.
You're good at everything you do.
Thank you.
I think you are.
Don't you perform again in October?
Yeah, so we're gonna, here's the thing, because we want to make it a bigger deal, which, to be fair, there are multiple bars that are popping down in Salt Lake City right now, so I don't feel bad for having an event, but we are gonna make it more COVID-19 mandatory kind of stuff, so we're gonna I'll make sure personally that there's hand sanitizers and stuff at the door. We're going to encourage masks. All of my people, I don't care, I will beat your ass, you're wearing a mask. If you need to go outside to get air, there's always the balcony. But yeah, so we're going to make some precautions, but we're going to do another show. They said October 17th, but if anybody listening wants to go to that, you'll have to stay up to date because we haven't.
Sky again?
Yeah, we haven't locked it all the way down quite yet. We're still working on artists as far as who's playing and things like that. But this time we'll actually be on stage. We had an event that same day when I played, and the whole you could see back into the back alleyway from the stage. It doesn't normally look like that because they had an event going on and all everything for the stage had been taken down. So that's why I was up in the sound booth. So it'll actually be a better round for sure.
Yeah, it seems to be way more thing when you guys are not get toable and you're away from everybody.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
I was disappointed to be up there, to be honest, because I could barely even see all my friends that were at the bottom. I was just on my tiptoes, hey guys.
It was so fucking hot in there. Hopefully they figure that out. It's ridiculous.
I found out later that night that half of our building didn't have air conditioning because they were redoing the roof. So Jesus. That's your answer.
It was the construction.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hot.
So yeah, but
we had some good food at a bar named Sue after too.
Yeah, we went and watched Drizzy. Mm-hmm. You need to talk to this goddamn fool after this.
You guys need to hook up.
This dog knows some things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big deal. Trey Rocca. Huh? What'd I say?
See, you keep comparing us to animals.
I'm sorry.
I see what this is. This is why people think you're racist.
Thank you.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I get it. It happened. It's all good. It
I
happened.
didn't know, but yeah, we are. I
Another
guess.
term.
You guys are
Another term.
racist while having a half white, half Hispanic daughter.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, and having other things in my life. They're close
so
to me
many
that-
other things.
All of you that feel that, please enjoy using that.
Yeah.
I really hope
I
you
guess
enjoy
however it benefited you. Good
That's
luck
good.
with it.
Sorry,
Good
I
old
didn't
people.
mean to bring up some bullshit.
that. It's okay.
It is okay.
I love hate.
It is
I love
bullshit.
haters.
So
I love the haters.
I just
It's
had
okay.
to, because I mean,
you only hate because you're sad and miserable with your own life. So
And truly not understanding
quit trying to destroy mine.
knowledge. Lack of knowledge brings that. If you don't
Oh, yeah.
understand something, that's truly why you say that. I'm so open about how I say things, and if what I says offend you, that's really truly in your heart. I don't have to tell anybody who I am. I'm a very incredibly loving human being that would never ever. Now listen here, I'll beat the living hell out of a guy. But
but
I love. There's so much I love, man. I got lots of love. So whoever has all that in your heart, good for you. Enjoy that, and that's okay. Your words really, I don't value a whole lot of what others say. I decide how much to value that. So it's okay. Don't get upset and all that. And there's no more. I don't react emotionally. I don't believe in any of that. I don't even think it's a thing. It's what we all give it life to. So I give it 0 of that. But it's good to have you here and prove that point even harder, because when someone makes an ignorant slander like that, that's unbelievably, I don't get into all the defensive things. I'm very offended by anybody that feels that about me. If you do so, you absolutely do not understand a single fucking thing about who I truly am. I'm very open to say exactly what I feel. And if I'm a racist, I will say that to your face. I will call you whatever that derogatory name is very proudly and as loud as I can. I'm very much that person. So I'm not that at all. I don't hate women. I don't fucking hate. So that's okay. It's a different subject. Sorry.
Our
about that.
company is ran by women.
Very proud
obviously.
of what we do here.
So
Very, very proud. So that was just a quick little jab out that they all know who they are, and it's all good. That ain't about this though. This is about my kids that I adore.
yes,
And I'm very proud to
I would like to
watch
point
you guys
out,
grow.
I think I definitely got a lot of my sensitivity, not just from her, but from you too.
Very
That's part of-
sensitive.
Yes.
I'm extremely.
You guys aren't gonna. You guys don't get to see it, but he
very, very sensitive. Very, yeah.
like he is a teddy bear. I mean, he will kill someone. Like don't
sure.
fuck with him. But like, yeah, like he's like there
Definitely
are
not
times
his
where I'll be
kids.
poking fun at you, and you're like, what I do? What you, and I'm just like, God.
Very, very.
Is this
very
what
real.
Logan feels like dating me? Like, I didn't mean to hurt your feel. I'm just kidding.
I'm dramatic as hell. I'm very emotional. I'm just.
I get both. I got double whammied.
I'm real. I'm very open. I'm very, very open with all of me, man. That's exactly what I'm getting at with all that other weird angles. A lot. Hate is lack of knowledge, man. People talking, they don't know what's actually truly happening, or they'll speak good of something, not bad.
Well, and I think the world would do a lot better if people were a bit more sensitive and a bit more compassionate and empathetic. Because I mean, that's really the core of what your sensitivity is. Both of you, you're both very empathetic and compassionate to others because you guys have been through shit. So,
Yep.
you know, and that's what you guys have bred in each of us. So, you know, I feel like it speaks volumes for people that can't be empathetic or compassionate to other human beings, because that just means you're telling me you haven't had to fight for shit. You haven't been through shit.
For real.
So, yeah, kind of food for thought. I don't think anybody who listens to this podcast suffers from that, but
Who even knows? Because the struggle's real for this cat. And I fight through every episode. I can't even listen to them. I'd love to watch them. Nuh-uh.
I like
Doesn't
watching them
listen
too.
To himself.
I don't care how I sound, anything like that. I'm very critical of how I'm going at things, and it makes me want to change things. When I listen to if I heard that, these things I just take apart about who I am, and I'll try to do something different. And when I was telling Dre before we started the show, everything, I feel this in my heart. Everything that I'm known for are things I actually don't like about who I am. If I explain that further, it means whatever it is about you don't like. I'm loud. I'm I do all these things and I'm talk too fast. I feel I talk too fast, and all these things that I actually do not like about what I am and I want to work on are things actually people know me for. So
And people love you for that.
That's
So
exactly
just
what I
love
mean.
yourself for
So I'm
that.
just owning it. Listen, thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
need that.
You do.
It's true
I
though.
need that support. So that's all I mean.
I'm that way. I'm that way. I hate my sensitivity. It pisses me off.
That's so beautiful.
I wish I could control it.
That's what.
But
Hey, there's a great
takes me
book. I
longer
need
to
to
get
finish
through it.
reading it. You need to read it. The Power of Empathy. It literally teaches you. Because, see, there's one of those things I hate. I went to say something and I got too excited and just what?
About what? The empathy book?
Yes. Because like when you talk about someone being like an empath, people are like, oh, that's like the witchy stuff. Like da da da. I am an empath. I can't read your mind. Like I'm not claiming that, but like other people's energies, they wear on me and I feel them and I take them on as my own. And I have a really hard time separating that. There are days where I come home from work and I am just a fucking wreck and I'm sobbing. Nothing's wrong. I'm fine. But guess what? This girl that I work with, no, her life's a fucking mess and she unloaded on me for my entire lunch break and I got to take it home with me. That's a normal, every human has empathy. So take that with you guys. There are ways as an empath that you can kind of build up mental walls and things to kind of block and protect your own energy. And I mean, that's just science. This wine glass, that has energy. This mic, that has energy. You know, everything around us. So there are ways to actually like help protect your own for people who are too sensitive, like you and me.
I know.
I haven't read that chapter yet, and my
don't know
boyfriend's
how to
probably
control
rolling his
it.
eyes at me because I haven't gotten to that part yet. But that was actually our first conversation we ever had together was about that because I learned about his background and I was like, hey, why do I take on everybody's shit as if it's my own? And
Did
it's
you
been
inherit the pain feeling?
something.
Someone hurts and you feel
Do you
it.
get pain when somebody hurts?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Like Landon walks in and I'm like, go away, Landon.
You're
You're
hurting
making
me.
hurt.
Yep.
I can feel
Yep.
it through my body.
I do that. And, like, I didn't used
I
to
don't know
have
why.
back pains or, like, anything like that. Guess who does have back pains? My boyfriend. Guess who has had back pains since living with their boyfriend? Me. I didn't used to have that. Well, then maybe you gave it to me. Maybe it's you, actually.
No, but I
We were
felt
talking
that
about this
since
earlier.
a child, like a young age. Like when my grandpa was sick with cancer, like I would feel it. When I would be by him, I could feel it go through my body.
Yeah.
It's like a sharp, weird pain, and it goes like through your feet all the way up.
See? Yeah.
And
I
my
got this all
grandma-
from you.
Like, I don't know. So I just wonder if I'm normal or
No, you
What-
absolutely are
what.
not.
If everybody feels
That's
that,
You're you.
No.
You're so
No.
you.
That's
I
not an
feel all the
everybody
time.
thing.
Landon walked in the bedroom and stepped on. You'll never guess what he stepped on.
Fuck a piece of metal.
A piece of metal.
Damn it. I'm a metal fabricator and it's
I didn't know he
all
was
over
going to
me.
step on a piece of metal either. And I was like, oh, what'd you just step on? I can feel it.
Sorry, kids. I'm trying to figure that part out a little better. I gotta have like a whole shakedown before I come in here. Walk through a big magnet or something.
Something.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's what's cool, man. You guys, all the things you do and study, it doesn't even matter what anybody thinks of them. Nobody has to believe or think of anything,
Right.
any value what you do. When you do things for you, that's what's cool.
Right.
I don't even care. None of it matter. I don't care what anybody's into. I think it's great if you articulate something that you believe with your own heart. When you believe something, that's just who you are. I think that's really cool. All the judgment and all the worrying about what others think. That's just cool. That's neat. I don't care. I care what people think, but I choose how I do things. But nobody's got it figured out, and I'm living proof of that. I like all the hard stuff I go through, and I like having kids that I can't do shit about because they're way too stubborn. That's so beautiful. To me, it's beautiful because that's how I am. You guys are great kids, but you guys all know you have a thing, and I like that.
Yes.
Hey, Pops is
They all have a thing that can't be swayed. They're all very stubborn.
Playing to that
set in their
strength
own
is
ways.
everything. Listening to that from your kids is everything to me. someone that pushes you, there's nothing wrong with that. When a child's challenging what you're doing, there's a reason for that, I think. And you by far were the most challenging. You're the oldest.
And I'm the
You're
only girl. Yeah.
You had that. And I love that. That to me is super precious to feel that push. All it says to me, without going all crazy psychology, I study it very, very deeply. And it truly means that you're trying to prove to me that we've shown you the way, and now I got this and I'm okay. Look, let me prove to you I can do this, not even what you want to see, my way. And that's what you've done. Completely not what I even would, nothing we even know anything about. You went completely the opposite way. You just totally took your own path. And that to me, I as a child even, you were pushing hard to just do anything you could that was opposite of what we not wanted, or just, you were always opposing shit. I think it's neat. It's powerful. You don't do it. There's a way to do it and there's a balance of all that. Parents think they got it figured out. Have at it, man. Just go ahead and force your kids to do what you think you need them to do, and just watch what happens to your life. You can't control things. You just can't do it. You can't control people. You especially can't control humans. You can lead them.
Definitely cannot control your children.
No. And leading them, guiding
Serina
them.
taught me that.
That's
definitely.
it.
Well, and just to be candid, they got freaked out because I'm all of a sudden going to raves, and raves have a really bad stigma. That's not your guys' fault. That's just what it is.
Lack of knowledge.
Yeah,
That's all it was.
exactly.
That's what I say.
So, and I wasn't going for drugs. I wasn't going to party. I wasn't going to get fucked up. That music just, lights my soul on fire. I just love it. That's why I'm doing it. So, for me, it just got to a point where I was like, I know, I'm scaring you guys, but I'm fine. I knew I was fine, and I knew that you guys would see I was fine, and that I was not going down, this destructive path, as much as I understand, the fear that stemmed from it. And now we're on the other side of it, and we're here, and I got you guys to come to a show that I was playing at. And so I just feel like there's a lot of lessons that can be learned just within that.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't have to be even tied to any of that other than, and we didn't, that's exactly what I said. We don't know anything about it. We have our own beliefs on it. We're feared. Most parents say absolutely not. You went to all of them, and we never tried to stop you or anything like that. We don't have to accept it or want it or none of that. But you're right. Very scared, very whatever, but you were always allowed to do what you knew you were going to be okay to do. We trusted that we've done whatever we could to help you go as far as we could, and that's up to you.
Right.
So I love that. I love that all of you guys have that strong will. I got that. That's good. I think that's very good for your kids to be very strong-willed. Do not fucking change that in your children. Don't try even to control it. That's absolutely disgusting. Work with it and understand what they're into. Let them just be them. Don't try to bottle them up, man. It's really, really tricky. And I think that's kind of what we're saying full circles. That's kind of what's happened with where you're at. But
yeah. Yep. And I paved the way.
Dude, being the oldest is scary.
It was.
I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
It was scary for me.
And to be the oldest girl and only girl, not just the oldest girl, but only girl in general. I kind of, especially as I got older, was like, we're going to have it easier just because it's just, one, I was the guinea pig.
Totally.
And every family has one of those. I feel like that's why the oldest they always come out, I feel like, very, God damn it, similar to me. I guess we'll just leave it at that.
There's a real thing to it. They either are the most successful, statistically speaking. I'm not a big statistic, but psychology-wise, the oldest is always the worst, the druggy, they mostly are the ones that will do the bad things and not even be around. They either extremely succeed or extremely fail. They're usually one of the two. They're never in the middle.
Well, I feel like,
You're fine. You're doing it.
You're learning.
No, I've got it.
You see what I mean? Yeah. It's the hardest position to be in by far.
Yeah.
The middle's forgotten. The bottom, the baby's always the baby. There's a struggle through all of. They all have their own levels of stuff, and it's cool to watch it because it's actually happening.
Dude, this is a full like psychology.
I'm sorry. I try to stay
for
away from that.
No, why?
Well, I don't
people
know.
who listen to
I don't really
that's
care what
badass.
Yeah, this is me because
I love psychology.
A lot of the people try to sway it to some other way, but I'm really, really into that shit. So, but it's real. It's real. The oldest is the hardest position for sure, and it's the hardest for us
to deal with.
Even when I
it
grew
was
up,
just hard for me to know that like she's okay. She'll figure it out. She might screw up a few times or more. I did. I'm still here.
And you try to change that.
And I raised all you guys.
Don't you do that because I did.
So
that's an interesting little way to go about life. We've never.
I just want everything to be perfect.
Yep.
You're a Capricorn.
No bumps.
That's what she's
no
saying.
bumps
She's
for
a
my
Capricorn.
Kids.
Which is the worst thing
we
for
all,
human.
I know. We all have bumps.
Being a Capricorn?
No.
No, I just need to learn that my kids are okay
Hoping
to go through their stuff. They're learning from it, and they'll be okay in the end. Even if they screw up 20 times in the end, I know they're good.
I hope
they'll be fine.
Yeah. The more they screw up and are allowed
You
to.
have to, or you're not going to learn life ever.
Yep.
So
you guys did too well for us to be permanently retarded. You know, we're going to make our stupid decisions. We're going to mess up, but we have such an awesome foundation within our family, and you guys are always going to be there. Like, it's time for you. You can relax. It's good. Like,
can you?
And
no, I can't.
It's time to start because the baby is going on. He's going to be driving soon, and soon you're going to be an empty nester. That's like right around the corner.
Don't say that to your mother.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You have the fur babies. You're not like alone.
Yeah.
And you can, that gives you more time to be on his ass for him to like calm down a little bit. I feel like you're getting better. Now you're just.
I actually don't have a job anymore, and I'm here.
Yeah.
So
You
I
have
work harder
a
than
job?
I
That's a good first step.
You have a job.
I have several jobs of my own.
Yes.
I work for the man, no more.
Yeah. We work for each other. You work for me. I'm your boss.
She's the boss.
He still
Actually,
has
that's
a boss,
real.
though.
That's real. She runs everything. It's real.
Yeah.
I get to take all the credit for shit that I don't really actually run anything but my mouth.
Oh my God.
You're going to start answering everybody's messages.
I'm so
That's
blessed.
why my phone doesn't ever stop.
I give him one day before his head explodes. He's going to be like, honey, I can't fucking do
A
it.
smart man chooses his team.
We have a good
Behind
team.
A
every
dumb man
strong
forces
man
his team.
is an even stronger woman.
That's the only woman in my world, for real. And I'm lucky that she has you guys 2 children before I even met her. From 2 different fathers, and that's what's coming up next is the next kid.
Yep.
Caitlin.
No,
'Cause
he's not the second to oldest.
What the? So
Cole
we're going
is.
to Cole?
We're gonna do it with the
Oh, you're
oldest?
right.
Okay.
You're right.
We're doing
Age.
from oldest to youngest.
Okay, well he'll be 3 then.
Well, with that,
He'll be 3.
come.
Kate will be 9.
Did you have enough time to
They're like
totally?
a month.
I feel like I've been talking for hours, man.
But hit your socials where.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Blast yourself out
you
there.
You gotta do all that.
And then we're gonna
Shout
take a
out
pee break.
stuff to
Okay.
everybody.
So I just started a TikTok, fam. That's a big deal for me. You guys don't know me, but that's a big deal for me. I've been fighting that wave for so long. So Crystal, CRYZTL_14. It's my favorite number.
And
And my birthday. And then my SoundCloud, you can find me at just Crystal, all caps, CRYZTL. I will, once the video goes up for this, I'll drop my mix that just recently came out. It was featured in an EDM blog. So I'll drop that if anybody listening wants to kind of hear that.
Oh, they'll listen. They
I
will.
can add it to my links, so when people
it.
click on our
Yeah.
stuff,
I know a guy that can make
It's
things
pretty.
like that happen.
It's the one I played for you guys. That guy. It got featured in a EDM blog.
That this guy is dope.
Yep. There's a pretty cool the edit that you mentioned,
Edit.
the remix that you talked about after I got done. Why? System of the Down. God, my brain today, guys.
Oh, okay.
yeah, that System of the Down remix. It's
Wake up.
Yeah. Makeup. I was gonna fit it with the shake it.
Why'd you leave the keys up on the table? I did it last time.
Are you guys gonna go back and forth?
That song is just
can't give me
nostalgic.
because I won't stop.
As fuck. And
I was gonna say you guys would battle back and forth. No,
I'm not a battler. I'm not a battler.
in
no.
No.
We heard you rap one time.
I know my place. I'm surrounded by too many good people. I'm gonna get taken down for sure.
You're gonna get taken down.
Did you get everything plugged you wanted to say?
I feel like I got it all, guys. Yeah. Chilling.
Okay.
Chislaxin.
Yeah.
You
We'll give
can't
some-
leave though.
Well, I'm not leaving.
Nobody's leaving.
I'm just, I mean,
We're
I
gonna
gotta
take a potty
kind
break.
of.
You
Do
can
you want
fill me
more
up.
wine?
A rebooze, and we're gonna come back.
Cole.
I need a
Oh, we're
back
doing
massage.
a timeout.
Oh, are we doing a timeout?
Yeah, we'll fade
I
out.
feel like we might.
Should we
as
do
well.
that, Dre? Is that the good way to go? Let's do it.
Yeah.
This is the number 2. It's not
You
number
got
2.
Journey hair on you.
Second kid, second child.
Second oldest.
So yeah, we're going by age. That's how we're gonna do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is my first child that I spoke of in the first one, Cole Jr. Hammon,
Yep.
named after me in a weird way.
It's right there.
Yeah. You're my first child, the one I spoke of an episode or 2 ago. However that worked out, I can't remember how that went down.
Yeah, you talked
With the-
about when he was born, the day he was born, on your birthday.
September 10th. That's
9
weird.
days.
I don't know. That's very common.
It's soon.
Weird, huh? That's
And-
fucking weird. I don't know how popular that really is.
And what's even crazier is it was your 21st birthday.
It should have been
Yeah.
partying and going to the strip club and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, with your mom. Not gonna happen.
No.
There was a choke leash on my ass. Woo, baby. Fuck all that.
And me too.
Yeah, you too, exactly.
You don't do
Hot-
that stuff anyways.
No, I don't.
So you wouldn't have been doing that, but
No.
you probably would have been having a drink, but you don't do the titty bar.
I was probably drinking in there anyway, sneaking it in.
Yeah.
That was me. That's me. Was me. Is me. Hard knocks. Not many people got a road like you went down. You had a little bit of a good time.
Yeah,
It's made you pretty cool to who you are.
for sure.
You're not a lot like me.
In ways.
You're just another me.
In ways.
I'm sorry, man.
There's ways for sure.
You got a fucking road coming.
Yeah, I've already had a pretty good run.
Our story's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So we went. How's that kind of lay out? I fought my entire life after I was with your mom. We got divorced, all that, whatever, and I was trying to get you every 2 weeks, trying to follow this stupid shit. She made it very, very, very hard for me to do a few things. I had a part in it too. If she hears all this, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. We all have parts and things, and
I kind of wonder sometimes if she listens.
I bet she does. I don't know if she does. Good for her. If not, even better. I don't even care. So I know there's fault in everything in me as well. With that, there's two sides of all that. I wasn't no angel, no good at nothing like that. But my reality of what happened simply was that it was made very hard on me as we got going into that thing to get you. And I know, like I said, the account on the other side of that would be a little different, that I was doing whatever. My reality is that I really tried to get you every chance that I could. Mm-hmm. I was traveling lineman. I was always gone. That was really difficult for me. And so what am I to expect, that she's just to drop everything when I get home and give you to me? I get that, right? But it was hard, man. I tried to make that shit work, and neither here nor it was just, it got harder and harder to get you. We started getting you, actually kind of when I met you is when things started getting a little easier.
Only when you were home.
We weren't allowed to have you unless I was here. That was a game.
Yep.
He couldn't be alone with me.
Games were hard,
ever.
man.
But
Never.
and that's fine. I mean,
Sure.
it happened, but
It sure has created what's happened.
It's not fine, but I mean, we survived it. I think all of you kids would have done better if we would have had a set schedule every other weekend, regardless if your dad was home or not, and all of us involved. Like, I think it would have been better for everybody. But
A lot of people are going to hear this and relate to that. The other half of whoever's side is using this child
there's always one side.
as a pawn, as power, is not letting them have the kid unless this or this and this are met. If you guys hear this, that's absolutely unbelievably ridiculous. The other part of that spouse is absolutely allowed, no matter what you think your psycho ass is doing with attorneys and all these other. The kid needs both sides of that, and you're doing nothing but harming these children. And this is living proof of what happens when that goes, what shit always does, opposite of what you're trying to do. The other person involved in this tried everything in its power to destroy this. And actually what happened was quite the opposite.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you push people. That's what happens when you force people. So it's a long, really, we have the weirdest story of all, you and I, the way you come through it all. Yours is just long and bizarre how the things that have happened to you. And
It's like 12 years long almost. Like,
so I get you at first. I'm getting you. It's working. I'm trying to figure it out. And
you almost lost me first. I should have died.
What
in
do
the
you
motorhome.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
In
remember.
the
I was
motorhome.
way too little to remember,
See, I
but
wasn't there. There
I
you go.
know
That was a boyfriend.
Pretty sure you came and got me from Uncle Mike
Yeah,
or something.
Yep.
I wasn't in the picture yet. You were tiny.
I was,
Yeah.
and all I got was
her and her
bruises.
boyfriend wrecked my motorhome.
Yeah.
And yeah, you almost got smoked, man.
Lost a dog,
It was
right?
scary. Yeah.
Both of them eventually.
Monty.
Yeah.
It was up on Monty. It was a scary little roll. But yeah, I went and got you.
Yeah, you were all banged up.
And from then on, it really got difficult after that to even get you.
Well, when I came into the picture, it did. So I'm sorry.
It's just
for
funny that
parts of it though.
Parts of it, I mean,
There was a part where it
was
worked
really-
for a
it
sec.
I did. It did. It worked really good. And
I couldn't ever tell you what happened, why it ever didn't work.
Jealousy.
I don't know.
that's
I
all
couldn't.
that
There
is.
was never like
That's
a
just-
big.
It's garbage.
I don't know.
That's just
Yeah.
that's our finger. That's just pointing fingers, and I
Yeah,
absolutely won't do
I'm
it.
not gonna do that.
Whatever happened is awesome because what did happen was we weren't allowed to. This ended up. All I'm trying to get to is we were ended up not being able to see you again, and you left this house one day. I'll never forget it. I don't remember the age and all them things like that, and I'm not good with all the numbering type scenario. That's not relevant. But what happened was, I'll never forget when you walked out here the one time for the weekend you got to spend here with us, and you wanted to go ride dirt bikes, and I know who took you, and I just thought it was fun, and I allowed it to happen because if everybody listens to my shit, allowing things to be what they are is, I'm not gonna fight you and you didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
You did, but you were trained not. It's very tricky what you went through. So I'm amazed your even brain still works.
Yeah, mine.
It's good that it does because it's very strong now because of all this. But so you leave. You told me he was young,
I was probably 10. I think I was more like 10.
Yeah, probably 10.
God, it was something like that.
10.
You're
Yeah.
like, yo, if you ain't taking
Not
me to
very
this
old,
dirt
but
bike thing, just you and me, I'm calling so and so and I'm leaving. And I'm like, what the fuck? You're a kid. You can't tell me what you're gonna do. You're under my watch. I have to. I'm here. I came from New York to have you for that or weekend or however it laid out, and you wanted selfishly just you and I to go because that's how you were trained to be, to just go do this thing together, and the family couldn't be involved in anything you and I did. That's how you approached me with everything, and it was killing my heart because I know that's not human, and that's not who you. That's just not right. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
So people, listen to that shit. That's not how this works. Everybody, you do things as a unit. If the child needs absolute segregated attention with one person, in my opinion, that's not healthy. It's just not healthy. If the child's requiring that for manipulation type reasons, that's really tricky, man. So that to me, I wouldn't stand for it. And I told you no. I said, we're going to do things as a group. We can all go watch your motorcycle thing. And that wasn't allowed. So I'm like, man, if that's how it's got to be, go ahead and bounce. And you did. Dude, that was the last time we seen you. The other part of this, your mother, that was it. Like when I can't remember where she was at. It doesn't matter. But you went with this
She
other
was at
party.
property.
And
or
you
something.
did it. You did your dirt bike thing. And we'll get into all the cool stuff you do. I'm just trying to kind of lay this story out for people that don't understand how incredibly weird this went down.
Yeah, a very
You
long story.
I thought that was it. I was like, here, he's gone. This kid's gone. He's leaving. He's 10. I'll never see this kid again. And I was goddamn right for 7 years. There went, I don't even know how many years we actually didn't even hear from you at all.
We went through some weird stuff though. like, I think we were still going to court, so we went through a lot of weird stuff during that time.
Oh, it's just
that people
such a
don't even
long,
want to know.
stupid bullshit road.
It's, yeah,
The-
we
the-
were through
Very
weird
messy
stuff.
road.
Yeah.
For sure.
The long of it and the psychology scary part of it is from my it doesn't even matter. This is real. You were used against us. You were a tool to fuck with everything about you. She wouldn't allow you to be any part of this, and that makes very good sense because there's truth in some of what happened here. Trying to hold somebody from something makes them want it even more, and this has proven this all the more. So don't ever do this to your children ever. These kids, it's disgusting, and I hope she knows who she is. It's really, 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 really. There's two sides to everything. There's 10 million fucking sides to everything. All I know is my side, and I didn't get to see my kid.
Yep.
And there's not every human in my life, but a couple despised me for allowing this to happen. I was hated. Everybody talked. It was bad. My own.
I struggled listening, which your dad was right. So, but I struggled like all the years that we didn't get to see you, and just I was always blocked from everything. I couldn't ever look at anything. I was never allowed like anything about you unless it was through your dad, and which it wasn't like that from the start, and it just didn't make sense to me because I'm like, I'm a good person, like my kids are good,
There's no
like
need
your dad's good, like I didn't get it. But and when we went through that, like we spent like $40,000 in court fees, and then
Doesn't
your
work.
dad was like,
None of that works.
we're just making this worse on him. And it was hard for me to just, it wasn't that we walked away, because none of us walked away, but it was hurting you, and you were always like under a microphone, like being recorded, and it was always like every other weekend it was a fight to get you and cops in your life, and it's like, hey, this kid can't handle anymore. And he made me see that, well, and you're here now, so that's all the proof everybody needs. But it was hard to go through that. I don't know,
Oh, yeah.
like it was hard for
The
you
hardest
too.
decision of that. That's what she's getting at with that. I made the decision to sever ties with you, and not fight any longer to oppose, to get you, force her to allow you to come here. I made the decision in this family. It divided us, dude, big time. It's scary. So we'll get all this stupid shit out of the way, and then we'll talk about other good shit. But I lost it at the family dinner one night and said, if I hear one more fucking word about him, I'm over it. Everybody needs to let him stop. We're not going to talk about him anymore. I'm not going to try to get him. Any of you go behind my back and try to do anything to get him, to do anything like that, I'm over this. Leave him alone. He doesn't want any part of this for now. So that was my decision. Walk away. You bet your ass I did. I never left.
How close were you on your guest when I came back?
It wasn't even a year. I said 16, but it was 17 years old.
Was I
He was very
17?
close. Yeah, you were 17.
And I don't,
Well,
I'm
yeah.
not no, I'm no,
Chris,
I'm not a,
Christmas came right. Yeah,
and I don't believe in like knowing
December
things.
20th.
I just understand
This year it'll be 3 years.
anything you oppose or fight for, it doesn't work like that. You have to allow things to be what they are. And it was very clear to me what was happening because I've been around this person. And the only thing that I knew would happen is that there was a stitch of my red blood pumping through your veins, that you would oppose the opposition and you would win, and you did. And that's what made me proud. I knew this had to happen on your terms. So I hope people understand when they listen to this, start to figure out who I am. The hardest things we do are worth everything. And the hardest thing I ever did was to let this all go. And I lost a lot of respect from a lot of family. And I'm glad for that, because it now shows what happens when you let things happen. Mm-hmm. Everybody in my life has taught me to control every fucking thing I do. And I absolutely control nothing I do anymore. And that's why, because you can't. It can't happen.
No.
So when we walked away and I pulled out, that was my decision alone. I had 2 or 3 humans alive that even supported me for it. And I'm grateful for all them. The hate, once again, the questioning, the doubt. I love it. because there's no other way to go about it. I could still force you to do it, and we would still be in that cycle of you confused. To let you and be unconfused was to see what was happening all together. And then so now, 7 years later, when you finally make this, I know exactly where I was at. I can remember everything about the day when I got that phone call. You called me. I'm fucking leaving my house. Can I come live with you?
Yeah.
I'll never fucking forget that. I was at lunch with the guys and all this.
I was too scared to do it. There was actually
Listen to
someone
that.
else that made me do it.
Listen to that, world. He was scared to call his father to ask.
Yeah, actually, Kate and my girlfriend at the time are the reason I did that. She actually called you and talked to you before I talked to you.
How weird is it that your mind was so that you were even afraid to call?
Oh,
That's really, really scary, man.
it's bad. It don't go away. It's a hard. I don't know. When people say it will actually mess with your brain, it does. You have dreams about it. You think about it. You see stuff that reminds you. It's crazy.
For sure. Ooh. Yeah, that's a gnarly little, that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't think people don't even understand what it is to go through that. And I only got a little bit of it on an adult side and an equal side of that. I can only imagine being a subordinate and a child and I can only imagine.
Not only like that, like trying to do it in a manner, but a fast manner so that I didn't hurt my other little sister, making her watch me do that. Like, I didn't want her to see that. I'm doing to her what you did to me. I think hopefully she will come around.
There's no hope about it.
That's what's giving me peace, is just letting her go. Like,
Best thing you can do for people. I promise you it is.
yeah.
It's the hardest thing in the world you'll ever do, but it's worth every fucking
hard.
second.
Yeah, it's
It's
way
hard.
hard.
Because it's just like enabling an alcoholic or a whatever. That's the rock bottom. Once things shake out with no more, when you finally see only one way, the way you were in, and not my turny-pulley trying to get you think other way, that's when things really find its truth fast. And you're like, this is fucking ridiculous. And you want to figure it out. That's when the opposition happened. I believe it with my heart. So doing that, what you have to do is worth every second, even when I screaming it from the rooftop, man. The harder it is, the more worth it is.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work out, that's just that, and that's okay. We can't go through life as people trying to fucking control every little thing people do.
Nope.
So that's what I'm saying. The family thing is tricky to me. We're just human beings, man. All of us are humans, and people can say what they wish. I hope there's hate to that, but I don't believe in family and these words of whatever, these labely words, man. You guys, we're so just humans, and
Yeah.
I have a lot of family members that absolutely don't like me, and that's good, and that's okay. They're the first ones to do the most gnarly shit to you, usually because you understand that it'll work out. You know what? I'm okay with any of this. I don't care. I don't think about it. I know my tight little circle. I do the best I can, and that's all you can do. Same with, if you've done that with her, it's going to work out, man, because she's also going to see life isn't just all about, you can't control things. And that's how you guys have been raised, and that's all good. It's all they know. It's all this person that raised you knows. She doesn't know any different. That's okay.
No.
It's made you exactly who you are, and you're a tough motherfucker, and you're a fighter in your heart, not a physical fighter.
No.
You are, but you're just a good dude, man. You this big show you put on is just cute.
No.
You're
I'm just me.
you're a good kid, man. It's not even, that's a long road to talk about all that crazy shit.
There's a lot to it.
7 years. So basically, people, if anybody gains anything from all this, I mean, what is there something people can look for in an action of a kid when they're young? Do you know in school, like, yo, if your kid's kind of like ish this or ish that, like, that's a fucking sign there's something happening.
I don't know. I know that one thing I've learned, I don't know how truthful it is, but I kind of believe in it because it's the way I was. If it's a very young kid and he's like I was as a kid, how was I as a little kid, like, little. I never threw fits. I never got down on the floor and cried in the store. I never, like, I had my occasional one where I'd freak out or something, but that's I got anger issues. But, like, I don't know, if they're a super chill kid at a young age, I think that they're going to kind of let loose when they're a teenager and go their own way. But that's what I did, and that's kind of what I believe. I mean, if you're constantly having to remind your kid of something that irritates you, it irritates them 10 times more, because you never know what your kids don't tell you everything. I never told you guys everything, like, even close to what I felt.
We're still getting you to open up.
Yeah, like,
Well, as if.
But
As if
of
he's,
course.
like, that's so on cue, trying to get you to open up. It's going to take fucking years.
yeah,
You're not even wholesome with your own heart yet.
no,
That's okay.
yeah, I'm
I want
definitely wounded for
It's
sure.
okay. That's what makes you fucking cool, man. That's what makes you cool. But I know your heart, if it's like mine with my constructive brain, just fight and keep fighting. And everybody around you is who you push away that love you so much. Those are the ones that are here. We're here.
Yeah,
But I'm not going to fucking hold your hand. I'm not going to do things that you think I need to do.
Right.
You know what needs to happen.
I never
You know what I
thought
mean?
that. I was just told that I was supposed to think that. So
Exactly.
that's you shouldn't have to control a kid. Don't control a kid. I mean, to an extent, yes, do, but don't go overboard with it. Just let your kid be your kid, and they're gonna do shit. They're gonna fuck up, but who doesn't? There's adults that do every day, all day long.
We all do.
It's a human thing. You just do it. So that's all I could really give advice about. I don't
Well,
know.
then at the end of the day, if you're a good, confident parent, you should learn that, you did all you could do and taught them. So at the end of the day, they might fuck up, but
They better.
you taught them, so they'll get through it.
Yeah, it's
Which is hard as a parent to learn that.
Oh, I have no doubt.
So, like, I just
especially
want,
from a mother.
it's hard. Mothers are tough.
Yeah.
It's hard.
But it's easier to disconnect from the whatever the mother. I would never claim to understand what women go through. I just know just study of what I know, and I've never claimed to know that. But it's very easier for as a man to allow things to be what they are, and just know they're gonna be okay, than it is for a mom that nurtures and holds and constructs and fucking is everything that a fucking guy will never be.
Completely different wiring.
Totally. So it's so hard for me to be on both sides of that, where I know what needs to happen. And with you, I absolutely, from the start, knew what needed to happen. Mm-hmm. And it almost killed me and her 7 times. We almost split up so many times over this, fighting and just ridiculous. Actually, the problem was not us at all. It was the opposition of idea of what needed to happen to fix the problem. And from a mom saying, hang on, and a dad throwing his hands up saying, no, this is let go. If there's ever a let go time, it's now.
Yep.
And everybody, you piece of shit, this. I'm like, yeah, that's right. And you say that. Please keep saying it, because there's no other way around this issue. I would just logically think and don't do the emotional game in that time. And so it almost killed us, man, many times, which is worth it even more.
Yeah.
But it was hurting everybody,
Yeah.
all of us. It affected all of us.
It's a fucking gnarly road, man.
But it's hard to just, like,
So
walk
it's-
away and wait for you to just hope that when you're old enough to make your own decision, you're going to want to come back.
And
So-
ding,
and you
ding,
did.
ding. Look what happened.
There I
But-
go.
I struggled with it.
Oh, it was hard.
It was hard.
So fucking hard.
It was really hard.
Thinking I was a failure and my wife actually hated me. Put yourself in my shoes. I'm the one made the decision to do this. Everybody in my family doubted me. Every single human around me hated me. And I didn't have a kid. I was like, fuck, here we go. That's what taught me heart right there. I'm like, no, this is it. This is the only way through this. And everybody's going to have to just do what they got to do.
Did you know that the tattoo on his chest with the heart with the knife through it was done during that time?
Oh, yeah. With my 5 stars. That's it. Dude, it's weird, man. It was cool.
Yeah, it was rough. It was cruel, but it was rough.
I don't have a regret of it, any of it. Everything is just the way it is, and I love it. But look, what happens is all of a sudden you walk back into our lives and moved in to this house quickly as you could. You're still in high school. And we move you in here. You weren't even here that long, and you're like, yo, I'm going to bounce again.
Yeah.
That's kids I raise right there. That's
yeah.
that's good. It's good thing.
I did it. I made it. I always knew I would. I told my mom and everybody else from the start. They didn't even think I'd graduate, but I graduated early.
Yeah.
Luckily.
Which was
Thank
awesome.
God now. Like,
Yeah.
bro.
Well,
There's nothing. You did the work, and you did it, man.
Yeah, I got done. So I just knew. I don't know. I think it was probably because of my childhood. I was just tired of, like, I knew our relationship started to get a little rough there at the end of it, and I was like, well, I'm either going to crush this relationship too, or I'm going to do what I think, and I've told my mom and everybody else several times, if I'm on my own, it will better our relationship. You freaking watch me. Like, I'm not lying to you. You need to let me go. No one will do that, but you guys were like, go. And I was like, what? Like, huh? And so I was like, I'm going. Is this still okay, or are you going to grab me by my hoodie? No, I left, and I never came back.
It's awesome.
One shot. That's all
this,
you got.
All this scary shit's still coming.
It's scary, for sure, yeah. And it's getting harder.
So you moved out. It will. And it's going to continue. But with your own perception and mindset of 100% knowing you own every choice you make and accountability for every failure, that you're going to hit mountains of them, knowing it's your choice and that you did it and you're okay with it, right, wrong, good, bad, or, that's it. That's hard right there. You know they're coming.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to struggle, and I want you to, and it's so healthy for who you are. I know it's been a struggle the whole time. It's going to get even harder. You don't even know who you are yet still, in my opinion, you don't have any of the tools everybody had at your age. Not even close.
No.
Because we've
got a whole different set.
Totally. They're absolutely, you're not like down. You have a thing that people will never have.
Yeah, I just kind of go my own way.
That could go deep. So, but you're very strong in ways humans will never accomplish in their lifetime already.
Yeah.
If I think we're all just so unique and different, but experience is everything, and few people have experienced. Nobody's experienced what you have. Nobody's experienced what she has. It's not like that. We all have our own experience.
Right.
But some of them are so uniquely, incredibly challenged at a certain age. That's gnarly when you're that young to how you're supposed to be gaining, stuff as you grow, especially to the age of we're 7. That's kind of when our behavior patterns have formed. By the time a man is 7 to 9 years old, I believe it is, a male, that's kind of when your behavior is all figured out as far as kind of how you react to things and what you understand to be and all that, and then start trying to find out who you are. Man, during them years, you were fucking had some stuff happening. Mm-hmm. We all did differently, but yours was exceptionally struggling.
I'm honestly surprised I made it. I know a couple of my friends haven't made it through that, like, have passed.
But by being that struggle that you had, that's why you are who you are.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's cool. I think it's neat to have them hard ass little bumps. And when you smash through them, that's so cool to see that.
Yeah.
And to be like, yo, I'm leaving and gonna fucking go live on my own again. I've only been in your house for a year. Is that cool? I'm like, you bet it is. She's freaking out again. She's like, holy fuck, just got here. Let that fucking kid go. He wants to go. Let him go.
Yep.
It's hard being a parent, man. It's cool.
It sucked. It wasn't the greatest feeling, but I mean, I did it, and I'm still doing it.
What wasn't the greatest feeling?
I don't know. I just felt bad about leaving for some reason. I felt guilt, in me, and I don't know why you guys didn't make me feel that. That's how I am. I feel guilt for making her cry right now. Like, I know it's not a bad thing.
No,
I feel
it's not your fault.
I just do that. I'm like Serina was just talking about. Like, I don't know what word she used, but I have that. If I have what you guys have, like looking at Landon's thing,
I know.
I feel like it hurts. I can feel that. It's weird, and I don't know why, but I just do.
Because you truly,
I have a lot of feeling for sure.
you genuinely love that thing so much. And we take it on. I don't believe it's personally. I don't believe just taking everybody's pain and things, and we choose that. We choose what we do. It's not. We don't just take things from people.
Right.
Of course, we touch. We have energy. All that. That's a real life thing. I believe in that for sure. But we don't allow it unless we want it to be. And I think that's all you do is. I think it'd be different if it was somebody else. When you feel that deep one, it's like, damn, that's your brother. You know, you love you like have these cool things of attachment of not letting certain things go because of what I think you went through.
Right.
I think that ties right to that shit is cool. Where you're so dramatic in certain behaviors, it makes perfect sense.
Right.
Especially hanging on to something that's very, very, very means anything to you.
Like that, how long did it take me to get over my bike my bikes, my tools, my everything, my truck, that was all mine. I did it. And so, like, I attached to things, not as much people. It's things, like, because I had to earn it from a very young age, and it has not stopped ever.
Yep.
I've always just kind of done it, and I didn't really want help. I wanted to do it on my own so that when it was mine, it was mine. You couldn't take it.
And then it got taken from you again.
A lot of them. But look at me now, though. I'm building back up just like you guys said I would.
Yep.
And the stuff I have now, I would have probably sold the things that got taken from me anyways to get what I have now. So when I look back at it, it's like, one, you're kind of an adult now and you can't afford that anyways. So it don't hurt as bad anymore. But
And the stuff is just stuff. That's the stupidest part.
right.
We tend to be those people when we hang on to shit that we look at me. It's more of an accomplishment of. It's just shit. It doesn't even mean anything, but it does when you have nothing else. Like, that's your shit.
Yeah.
You have to belong to something. Like, this is my stuff.
Yeah.
And when sometimes most healthy human beings that evolve with a structure that's ish following a idea of how it's kind of supposed to be don't really have that.
Nope.
And that's totally you to a T. Yeah, I see it no differently.
Still is today.
At least that makes sense. That's good because you should be that way. You should have A, B, and C for whatever acting out issues. You better have because that makes sense, right? If you were just rock and roll perfect with okay with stuff,
I'd be crazy.
that'd be fucking scary, man.
Yeah.
If you were put together after all that, there's a lie there. That's what I hope you understand in your heart, that you are perfectly fucking busted up. It's so right on cue. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It makes sense. If it didn't, that would scare the shit out of me because you're just lying.
Yep.
That's real.
Oh, I am for sure.
It's so cool to watch you do all this and
Have crazy dreams about it to the day. I do. It messes with your head a lot. But all you can do is really get up and occupy yourself so you don't, I don't know, kind of like me just getting sick and stuff. It makes it worse when you sit there, because I took time off work, and sitting there at home and laying on the couch makes you feel worse. Even though when I go outside now and I get hot and I'm getting acclimated to the heat, it still makes me not feel very good, but it feels better than sitting on a couch and laying there and watching a movie and being depressed and feeling useless because I'm not out making money to pay bills and afford things for my family and my dog, and because I have my own little family now. Like, I got my dog and Blakely, and that's my little family. It has been for almost a year now. And I've done it all on my own for us three, and now she's taken off and helping out, and so it's a lot less stressful now, thank God. But I don't know. That's how it makes me feel better, is getting up and doing something, and even if it's going out and cleaning my truck, I don't care. I got to do something, or else I'll just sit there and make myself sick thinking about something.
I wonder where that comes from.
Yeah.
It's hard to just sit around.
But the difference between me and
to
you,
catch the
though, is
bug.
I have my day where it's like, okay, I ain't doing shit today. I am sleeping. I'm laying down. You kind of don't do that.
But
No, he doesn't. Well, no, like we did this morning. Well, I was up at like 6:30, and then
Because when I first
I
moved
laid back
in,
in bed with him, and we laid there for a little bit, and then of course my phone kept going off. It's like,
I'm not even going to open up
put on silent.
the whole thing of how everybody thinks I work too much. I'll leave that alone.
well, I can put it into perspective.
This one here.
I think I'm a crazy worker and I work a lot of hours. 14-hour day is nothing, because you work your 14-hour day and then come home to your dad and go out in the shop with him and go work and don't sleep, and then all of a sudden you got to move someone and mom's mad at us because we didn't sleep at all last night, and so yeah, I didn't hang for very long. It was probably like 6 weeks or so, and then I was done for.
Yeah.
It was no longer.
People don't believe it, and that's okay. I don't need them to.
Here's your proof, man.
And what's cool is I don't really think that's by all 99% of everybody's standard. It's wrong. There's no such thing as a standard. I'm very aware of what I need and what fills me. So are you. You just said it. You know what you want to come and do. I think as long as people just own whatever that is, and you're not. This is powerful shit. If I didn't even sway you to be just like daddy, fucking follow this little thing, I have to be just like him. If I'm the guy that didn't do that to you, that's good. you know what you need and want.
Yeah.
I think that's neat. Because by all account, I would be the dad every human alive thinks that would have their kids doing certain things and forcing you to be linemen and tattooers and whatever the fuck all people think I'm so whatever. Because I know it's a thing. It's quite the opposite.
Yeah, we're all completely, none of us are the same at all. You'll see on the show. And
That's what's so good.
there ain't one thing
Because
that's...
you're allowed to be unique by you. Which we've tried. Well, we didn't get to raise you, but it's funny how the apple really didn't fall away from the tree very
No,
fucking
like even
far.
the day I moved in, it was weird how we were, for me, because you would say something and I would sit in the back of the car and I was like, I've said that for years. Like, it's just stupid sayings or saying stupid phrases or whatever it may be, singing a songs we like. It's like, I've done that for years, and I have never heard him say that. So I don't know, it was a trip.
I think planting the seeds.
It's a good thing that most of his years with us is when he was young. But all of that happened before the age of 7. Maybe that's why he,
I
kept
think
some of it.
the
Well, and genetics.
Bring it
of
back to
course.
music, though, real quick. What did I start talking to you about before? Remember, I started talking to you for a while. It was, I don't remember how long ago it was, but I was old enough to know, and it was probably a few months before I moved in. I started talking to you more because you guys started to come in track meets and football games and
Yeah.
stuff. Music.
We'd hear from you, and then it would stop.
what about
We'd hear
music?
from
What do you
you.
mean?
I started sending you songs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, goes back. Yeah, another music angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I thought
We
about
went
that.
back to
Yeah.
Full
music.
circle type
'Cause-
music family deal.
Definitely a music family.
There's no doubt.
It's so weird too, because I don't.
And all of us are so different, but we still have a few different bands or people that all of us kids still listen to today.
Yeah.
But all of us, like, one's rap and Serina's her EDM and
Another
Landon's
point of
basically
not
all
being
your
pushed.
music.
You
But
guys all do your own.
yeah,
music.
but we still all
Yeah.
kind of link in certain bands and artists that we still
I can put
all
on.
listen to.
I can put on some shit right now. Everybody would dig and go right to a memory. Because
Probably a few songs, honestly.
it is. Music is
What's the first one you would say?
Johnny Cash. Anything Johnny Cash.
That
Everybody,
reminds me of Oregon.
everybody alive
Yeah.
knows that. That is my blood.
What's the next one? Let's say
The next band or
the next like music that the kids would be like, oh yeah, that's our family.
anything Blink, I would say.
Yeah.
Anything Blink.
Yeah.
Anything,
Well, we got married to that.
anything Angels and Airwaves, anything with any of that, like that's Taking Back Sunday. I can just keep going. That whole era of our life when all the
That's
I was
all it
waiting
was.
for you to say Colby.
Colby, of course.
Absolutely. I wasn't even thinking that either. I remember listening to that camping whenever we went
Oh yeah,
camping.
the camping. I'm sorry.
That's what.
That's the
Remember
camping one.
you guys hide and seek, and you were up in the trees.
Look, the memories with me and
when you
music.
play
Ghillie
hide and seek with
suits.
Dad, when your dad's a lineman,
Do
we
you
don't
remember that?
hide on the
Do you remember
ground.
going camping?
We hide in
Yeah.
the trees and up in.
Me and Cade caught
On
a
the
bunch of
house.
lizards. One time, one of our camping
That was in,
trips, Strawberry, or close to Strawberry.
that was in the
Oh
desert.
yeah, that was at Heather and Richie's property.
Jesus,
that was
yeah.
for your birthday. Like this, it was like Labor Day weekend. Probably, I'm trying to think what birthday that was.
Because you have to have them dates.
Serena
so
was
nailed down.
15. They were playing with horny toads, and
We brought
I'm
them
pretty
all
sure
home.
Serena was 14, 15. So
They even lived for a minute.
they did.
We brought them
We
home.
had
But we
Mom,
did.
yes.
Everything's tied to music for sure in this family, and that's the weirdest thing is I don't play anything. I don't even dare because I know I'd be completely and
I think you
utterly
should.
obsessed with something.
Landon's gonna be the next Nipsey with his voice.
It's true though. You made a good point. Music, it's everything. Every one of the kids, we're all just horribly obsessed with it and have to have it all the time.
It was an off point for sure, but it reminded me.
It's
So I was
perfect.
like,
That is an
whatever.
exact thing because I am truly
Music's
have a problem
definitely a
with it,
thing with the family, obviously.
and I love it. Anything, all of it. But yeah, that's
I don't remember what we were talking about. but
doesn't matter. Now let's see. So yeah, you bounced out of here and you got your own thing going up there.
Yeah.
Clear up north. You even moved. You took it to another step. You moved almost an hour and a half away from here.
Yeah.
Interesting how that
But
works.
where is he living?
In
Far,
my
far away.
in my trailer,
Where Highline Tattoo originated, actually.
pretty much.
One of the spots, yeah.
He bought our trailer, our fucking house on a trailer, whatever that thing is.
House
huge.
on wheels. Yeah.
It's
It's a
rather
cozy
large.
trailer.
Got all kinds of problems you're working through.
yeah.
I'm glad you're in the trailer, though. I'm glad it's.
Yeah, it's way
I'm glad we
nicer.
didn't-
Even though you hate it right now because it's being a bitch, it's still home.
Oh, I don't hate it. Well, it's sometimes it's frustrating, but it's
Trailer
you buy a
life.
house is
Yeah.
very possibly going to have issues. I bought my
yeah.
truck. Look at my truck. It dumps a gallon of fuel freaking a minute, I swear, but I live for that because it's mine. It gives me something to do. It gives me pride to fix things. I don't it's very weird.
So
I'm just
weird.
that way.
Where did you get that from?
It's not weird. It's weird. Of course it's weird. We're all fucking
Not
weird.
weird. It's
But yeah.
very
But
happy,
awareness
positive
of
thing.
what you want and what you need and just having everybody's best hearted interest. That's all it is, man. You just do you. If you know what that is. You'll never know what it is. I don't know. I'm still working at it.
Got me.
I'm still figuring life out, so I don't know.
Better be.
I'll still be figuring it out until I'm however old I live till.
There's a lot to take from you, though.
So-
You're very.
I'm just honestly grateful that I got the head start I got because I don't know. I look back at a lot of my friends and I'm just like, oh my God, you guys just wait. Like, you should have started about 10 years ago. And so I have friends that are 20, 25. I have friends that are 16. But even some of the kids that are in their 20s that are still living at home and all they got's they got their really cool truck and all their dirt bikes and stuff, but I'm excited to see what people turn out to be, honestly, because it changed me a lot, I think.
Yeah, the harder you struggle. I've said it a million times. Keep saying it. When you guys get out and go just eat a whole bunch of crow. Like, damn, I want out of that house. And you get out and you're like, fuck, I want to go back.
Yeah.
That's when you're not coming back.
That's when
You're going to stay gone. I'm going to see to it because it's beautiful for your soul. It is beautiful. You need every stitch of it. I was allowed to do so. I was allowed to leave this house when I was 14. I wasn't shoved out. I told them I'm leaving. 15. I'm like, I'm leaving.
Yep.
They said, yeah, you leaving? I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking leaving. And he allowed me to do it. It was the best thing that ever happened to me because it was the hardest thing I ever went through.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take a second of it back. And I wasn't allowed to come back. Just leave. You want to leave? Leave. You ain't coming back. That's beautiful. I hated every second of them for that, which is why I knew it was right. And as I got into it and older and I'm understanding and owning everything I've done and taking accountability for all that, it's the best shit I ever did. Had to be I'm always right. Had to be always right. Couldn't be further from the truth. I'm just cool. I'm glad they allowed me to do that because I forced it. I wanted it. And they knew I'd be okay. So same thing with you guys. You guys will be okay.
Oh, yeah.
And if not, it's on your terms, man. You want it so bad. I'm allowing you that. And saying, no, man, but you're not coming back. You're not just going to, this isn't fucking Walmart.
No, you said it. You said when I left. I
That's
remember.
what's so cool. And this hardest thing in my life is to keep to
And
that. You have
that's
no
kind of
idea.
the part where I went, ooh, fuck. Do I want to leave? And I was like, yeah, I guess I'll just go. They're mad at me anyways. You weren't mad, but.
Oh, I'm sure. No,
Yes.
life is life.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm going.
It's good stuff. I promise you, I hope in my deepest of my heart when you guys are, as you come into more adulthood and understand and see it, you will just inevitably, families and kids, you start to be like, God, that shit's gold. You'll remember it and love it and be like, I'm so fucking thankful. I hope you feel that same thing I do for all the being allowed to do what you've done. And that's this hard shit's worth every second. It's the only thing you're gonna hold on to and remember, and it sculpts you into what you are. And when your little trust fund baby rolling through life and mommy and daddy take care of everything, you got nothing, man. It ain't gonna happen. You guys that struggle and just do this, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
It really is cool. You guys you're the most of what we need in the world that we have none of anymore. It's just, you guys are crazy.
Very. Yes, we are.
It's not because of me though. I'm
Well, my crazy is, yeah.
I'm the put together one.
You are the put together one.
Yep. Then we'll keep it at that.
Yeah.
I just have to remind you to eat, sleep.
Even though I'm starving.
Me too. Where's
Look, Drizzy's hungry too.
I know. I usually feed everybody before this.
Are we gonna
I'm
eat
sorry.
between this one and the next one?
We weren't even supposed to be home.
It's gonna be great. You'll be fine. How long have we done this one? Was this a minute? Did we go good on this one?
48 minutes.
Holy shit. That was a good one. That was a long one. That was, I don't
Are
remember.
we all going to be our own episode, I guess? Maybe.
At this point, possibly.
Our own
For
episode.
2-hour episodes, time sucked us to it.
It's okay. We can separate. This is my show. We can do what the fuck we want. Well, your show. Do you feel like you got everything out there?
Yeah, other than I miss your food a lot.
Well, you
Imagine
can have
that.
my food whenever.
Yeah, that
You can come back for
start-
food.
that was a hard one to
You
let go
fuckers
of.
ain't moving in here, but you can come back for food.
We need to, well, someday.
The problem is I want you all here. That's the problem. You have no idea really what I'm trying to say here. I would kill to
You
have
just need to buy the cold.
every one of you humans in my
Yeah.
life and never leave me. That's what I want. What's right and what's going to work are two different things.
Right.
It's just not going to happen.
You guys don't
I would
want to
love
live here
that,
forever.
but it's just not real.
We can make our own little family circle compound. You guys
That'd
can
be
come
dope.
over for dinner.
If I allowed her to do what she wanted, oh my mercy.
Whatever.
If I allowed you to do, like I
You're the
control you.
one that wants all the kids.
I
and
know.
You're the one that's always like, I'm gonna be the coolest grandpa. I'm ready. You want to be a grandpa.
I do so bad. I'll be so goddamn ugly and tattooed and wrinkly and mean. It'd be dope.
Papa Junebug.
Papa Junebug. You got Instagram? People can go find your shit. You want that or not? You don't have to.
I don't even really care. No.
You don't want people to come find you because they'll
find
flood
me.
you.
No, you.
Plug it.
I think it's C.Jade. Cade probably would know before
See,
I
that a
do.
boy. I don't even know mine. I always say, Dre, what's our stuff, honey? I wonder where it gets that shit from.
I think it's
It'll be-
C.J.
it's right
Hammon.
here. It's right there.
Do you want me to look it up?
It'll be on the screen. That's what I mean.
That.
It's
It'll
on the,
be on
it's
the
on the
screen.
screen on the people, not your tattoo, you goofy bastard.
Cole,
Well, look.
Cole Jr. Hammond.
That's me.
That's your tat.
He has a tattoo appointment, I think, September 9th.
That's our work together.
I don't even know if he knows he has a scheduled appointment.
Let's go eat.
Yeah. Down.
Let's go eat.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to talk about with us as we grow, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. There's always room for more episodes.
Oh yeah,
Can always redo it.
I know a guy.
Yeah, we're only on number 10, which is kind of crazy because your guys' birthday is the 10th.
September
And
10th.
Landon's is number 10.
That's
Lucky
pretty
number.
sick.
Pretty cool people.
9 days.
It's coming fast. You'll be 19.
You'll be,
I was 19 when we started to have you. 21 when we had you. But that's pretty dope. Think about that. Perspective is everything, my man.
are you avoiding telling everybody how old you're going to be?
No, fuck no. I'm 40. Loud and proud, bitches.
Everybody know what you are?
Yeah. Tell everybody how old you are, Miss 18.
Well, I'll be 41.
Oh.
Oh. 21.
Let's go eat and we'll bring you number 3.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Thanks,
Or
Cole.
let's go.
Let's go. It's perfect.
Yeah?
Let's go have something to eat.
Yeah.
Ah.